Hello and welcome back to right where we left off, outside the No-Tell Motel. We're going to go inside and see what the large man has to say, and also maybe link some things up at the same time. I've emptied out my inventory a little bit before I started and put a few things into the Salamajig. The box of the magic vendor box thing, that thing. Yeah, they will come to me, you know, halfway through the episode, and I'll interrupt whatever I'm saying at the time to say it out loud, because that's just how my brain works. Anyway.
Let me.
He waiting.
As the plan went so perfectly, I'm sure he'll be super pleased to see us.
N54, even the pirate networks. You blowing up everywhere. And the Jackster, he out in the car?
We return to this week's biggest story.
Yeah, he's
The
there.
murder of Arasaka
Dead.
Corporation CEO Suguro Arasaka. The longtime head of the Japanese
Condolences, friend.
was reported
And the relic.
Do I tell him or do I not tell him?
attending a family gathering.
I'm gonna say like this is feeling fishy to me.
That's one piece of good news.
Good news.
Saburo Arasaka. Dead. You got any notion of the shit you pulled me into? You off the fucking Emperor! His Majesty! Anyone with so much as a pinky toe dipped in this mess is as good as dead!
Dex walks kind of weird, or is that just me? Anyway, you're the one who got us into this. We gotta skip town. Let's be pragmatic.
I know. And that's why we gotta skip Night City, Dex.
We?
You're the fixer!
Alright, settle down. Gotta be tactical about this. New place, new identity. But first, your face got blood all over it. Bathroom's there. Go get yourself cleaned up.
Well, I'm sure that's all. That sounds all fine and dandy and reasonable. Oh yeah, she's a little bit messy. Also, that nice suit's all scuffed up as well. Well, let's see if we can wash face and smash mirror. Because why not both? There we go. Anyway, let's go and see what magical plan Dex has to get us out of this mess. And oh no. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal! I mean, obviously I knew it was coming, but yeah.
Can't risk it, V. Remember our first convo? Seems I've chosen the quiet life after all.
I'll fucking
No
kill
place
you!
of glory for me.
See, whether you shout anything or not doesn't actually seem to make any difference, but, you know. Anyway. And that is officially the start of the game. Kind of. I mean, that's all been prologue? Sort of? And it's only now that you actually get the intro credit, as it were. Anyway, so
Hey.
first time this all happened, it was a bit confusing, and then it comes up and says 2023, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're having a flashback. But a flashback to who?
You alright?
Never been better.
Sure don't look it.
Of course, if you paid attention to literally any of the marketing that happened for this game, you know, it's not really a surprise. Oh, hey, look, it's Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand. Yeah. So this is the start of the whole thing with
Of course you're high.
Johnny Silverhand being on the chip that is now in V's head, and so we're having a bit of a flashback. We're experiencing some of Johnny's memories. He's apparently the kind of guy that, you know,
Tonight,
doesn't understand the words gun safety. Because you better believe that's a loaded gun.
Money's money, can't fuck around with it.
Speaking.
You're wasting your lives following us around like dogs.
What crawled up your ass?
So yeah, Johnny's a bit of a jerk.
How much do you want for it?
Johnny, wait up. Don't do this. You could still change your mind.
Also a bit full of himself.
Get over here,
A
man.
little bit. Just a little bit.
Band. Not your crowd, not your noise. Do your own thing.
Bastard. Gonna miss you something awful.
See you in the next life, friend.
You're late!
So there's Rogue, a much younger Rogue, although looking not terribly different.
Love it when you're mad. Gets my southern blood pumping.
Get in! For a chip!
Silverhand. Hey, Shaden.
Get us in the air! Here, put this on, and it stays on! Got it?
I think this is either... Well, I think it depends on your choices, but it's either like the last time you get to see Night City from the air or something like the second last time. I can't remember if there's another moment where you get to fly around and see the skyline. Because obviously if you're Corpo, you've got that entrance when you're heading to Lizzie's for the first time.
If you got scored off, shut down. APC's on the streets of Watson.
Sons of bitches.
So yeah, Night City,
Cracking out there.
50 years ago.
Johnny's idea.
Not much has changed that much.
Away from the tower.
Collateral damage part of the plan too.
This is the Cub Scouts, Thompson. Chew it up, spit it out.
And the Arasaka logo is notably different, I suppose, and the actual building itself is different. If you've read, which I've kind of skipped over doing, but if you've read any of the pads, I'm pretty sure you'll have come across one already explaining that there was a terrorist bombing in 2023 which blew up the original Arasaka Tower. And, well, it's not too big of a guess to suppose that that's exactly what we're doing right now. Yeah, me just standing here doesn't... It's fine, you know, the bullets can't hit me. Plot armor. Also, the other guy was firing really slowly, apparently, compared to what this is capable of. Now, there is a whole element in this of... which Dragon Age game was it, where you kind of start off with a section where you're super overpowered and then it turns out it's somebody basically recounting a story to somebody else, and so it's completely embellished. Well, of course, this is full-on unreliable narrator Johnny's memories level of, you know, so you absolutely can't take everything you see here as being canon, as it were, as being completely true to what happened. And that's not just me kind of supposing that. That's obviously exactly what the writers have gone for with this. And there is a very interesting moment that happens in this whole flashback that I will point out.
The foundation, tower crumbles, chaos, screaming, roll credits.
Exit window's gonna be tight.
Jacking in. Is grass green? Do birds fly? Do cats eat bats? Do rats shit gnats?
Evac announcement. Broadcasted across all frequencies and let's get moving.
Sheesh. Who wrote this manifesto?
Really need me to answer that question?
Jesus, Johnny. You've gone off the deep end. And that's coming from a chair jock.
Come on. Get ready.
So basically, long story short, Johnny Silverhand, rock star and also wannabe revolutionary.
Keep that up.
Also, this is his special gun. You do actually get a chance of getting it later on. Kind of notice how much health I've got. And also, this gun does an absurd amount of damage during this
She
section.
sought it with thimbles, she sought it with care, pursued it with forks and hope.
Johnny, payload.
Bushido 2, bomb's name was
Also
above.
got a special... I can't remember what the melee button is. There is a special
The Demolitron. We're good to blow.
melee thing that Johnny gets.
Run for it!
Okay.
Shoot the cables.
Oh. Well, then I shall do that.
Get the rotor spinning. We're on our way.
But of course, that's not all, because, you know, this guy's got a grandstand like nobody's business.
Not done yet. Still need to feed this to their subnet.
Fucking knew it. This was never about Arasaka. This was about your groupie output, wasn't it?
Not like you could ever understand, Rogue.
You're on your own. Giving you 4 fucking minutes if you want to ride out of here.
Door lock breached. Arasaka sons of bitches incoming.
Love you, Spider.
Whole world loves me.
Unit boss!
The reload on this gun is kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of deliberately ridiculous and showy. Right, how do I... Oh, melee attack. There we go. Q actually says on the screen. Let's try melee attack someone. Literally somehow give a burst of flame out of your hands, which makes sense. Don't know how that works, but anyway, don't question it too much. It's Johnny Silverhand, and, you know... Is it not just him? I think... Well, actually no, I won't say what I was about to say because that would be extremely spoilery.
Closing in on the access point.
Also, that is just the standard Arasaka logo, so I don't know why they didn't make it the one we saw on the side of the building. That would make it look a bit more visually distinct, but I don't know. Slight oversight, maybe?
Sweet icebreaker.
Who knows?
Foreign, right? Just wonder if we know anyone who can switch the subnet protocol.
Hilarious. You gonna help or not?
Do spiders spin webs? It's time we caught some flies.
Thanks, Murph.
Now, just for good measure. Holy cyber cow. We're on TV. Take a look.
Return now to Arasaka Tower. Its evacuation ongoing after an unidentified terrorist organization released a manifesto threatening violence. The terrorists stating their desire to, quote-unquote, topple a monument to corporate colonialism. Night City's mayor, Imbole Ebunike, has issued a statement declaring that he will bring the full force of the law to bear in response to any act of terrorism. Going now to our reporter on the scene at Arasaka Tower. Hopefully he can shed some light on the situation as events unfold.
All set. Now get out of there.
Aw, but I wanted to watch the rest of the news.
They're
Although
moving up. Hit the roof quick.
the thing is about to explode, so should probably get out of here. And oh no! Hey, look, it's that guy. We've seen that guy before.
That's Adam Smasher. Johnny, run!
Only he looks a little less cyborg.
Door sealed, but it won't hold for long.
And then we have this jump. So clearly something has happened in between those two bits, and I think there's a lot of speculation that some future DLC will explain what went on there exactly. But yeah, we've not, as it turns out, quite managed to get away because...
Smasher.
Yeah.
Told you, Johnny boy. Told you I'd end you someday.
Little bit of pop in there.
わかりました。向かいます。
Let us try once more. Your associates. Who are they? How did you acquire fissile
Oh
material?
yes, did we mention that that bomb was a nuke?
Gonna give
Real responsible, Johnny.
chance to say something.
Just detonate a nuke in the middle of a city, sure. Goes about as well as you'd expect.
Which terrorist organization do you belong to? How did you acquire fissile material?
So Johnny, maybe not exactly the good guy.
Gramps, I know you.
Because that bomb kills more than a few people, let's say. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's quite a lot.
Hot damn. Done and gone.
My husband died in that tower. But there are fates worse than death.
I didn't want him to die.
なぜこのようなことを
Why did you do this?
To bring an end to the madness you wreak.
With a nuke!
人は嘘をつき
Logical choice there, Johnny.
だが死者は違う死者は雄弁だが彼らは決して嘘をつかない死者の言葉にはつつましさがある始めろ
So this is how Johnny came to be on that biochip, essentially. And now he just happens to be sharing a head with V. Which obviously, you know, super healthy. And is going to go super well.
And you? Who are you?
It's not the most complicated plot if you boil it right down. It's basically get somebody stuck on a doodad in your head that you can't remove and then try and find a way to remove it. And that's pretty much the rest of the story, is we're going to be finding a way to get Johnny out of our heads. But first we have to find a way to get ourselves out of what appears to be a landfill. And for a change, that isn't the game itself being buggy. The weird flickeriness was supposed to occur. It does rather look like we're on the outskirts, though. And actually, we'll get to see later on as well, but the environment around Night City, I mean, there's quite a lot of areas where it's just fields of trash. Like they've literally just dumped it. They don't even incinerate it or anything. It's just almost as if the entire area around the city has been turned into a giant landfill. Anyway, so we're alive somehow. There's Dex.
Heavier than she looks.
And
now listen, dog. I have done exactly what you asked.
An unknown gentleman.
So let's you and me figure this.
Who's given Dex what he deserves? So, you know, me and him, we might get along. Who knows?
荒坂様、お父様の殺害犯を見つけました。この女で間違いありません。はい。1時間後には着くかと。
Help me.
Quiet.
Okay, so maybe we won't be friends after all. We'll see. Well, I've been lying in a literal garbage dump, mate, so, you know.
You hear me? I need your help.
My, how the turntables. So he thought that we were the killer. But as it turns out, having gone and reported back to base, hey, I found the person that actually killed Saburo Arasaka, well, suddenly we have a bunch of Arasaka mercenaries, or, well, what would you call them? Hitmen, assassins, trying to kill both myself and this guy, who also works for Arasaka, so, yeah. That's definitely not on the up and up. Anyway, one down. Ooh, this guy drives worse than I do. The cars do not behave right in this game, like the car physics is just kind of a bit janky. Even after fixes, I mean, when it first came out it was super janky, and then they added the ability to at least modify the sensitivity of the driving a bit, which definitely helped. Oh look, there's another one, and he's got big bladey arm things. Can I maybe shoot him rather than just like gawp? That would have seemed to have been more productive rather than just be like, oh hey, there's a guy with big bladey arms. Just drive. Well, I'd say drive straight. We're actually on quite a windy bit of road, so if we drove straight, it would probably be bad for all of us. Anyway, that's one way to get rid of a guy from your car.
Don't you
That's
dare
being a bit of a
think
pest.
Keep your eyes open.
So yeah, if he's having not the best day, but that guy over there, he's having a worse one.
We both could use medical attention. Do you know a Reaper Doc whom you can trust?
Ooh, Corpo. Let's see what Corpo answer is.
Seen them before. Troy. The exterminators.
We must get to Reaper Doc. Quickly.
Victor will fix us up.
We have to get there somehow. Call someone. Anyone.
Why not just cut me loose? I'm
Why?
Wait till you.
Why are you trying to convince the guy that inadvertently saved your life to leave you? I don't know. That's a weird thing to say, V. But
All right.
Greetings. My scanner indicates you are outside the service area.
Just come pick me up. Need to get to Misty's Esoterica in front of Vix.
Of course. A vehicle is en route. It should arrive in less than 20 minutes.
What are you doing? Hey! The personal link is damaged.
Please proceed to insert the jack below the ear, though not too deep. There should be auxiliary neurosockets between her lymph nodes, beneath the SCM muscle.
If I hit that vein by mistake, she will die.
Indeed, as she will if you do nothing.
I think I have the socket.
Now proceed to connect.
I at least like that. I mean, we must be using USB 3 technology in that you don't have to like plug the thing in, go, oh, that's the wrong way around, and then turn it and then plug it in, and it's still the wrong way around. So, you know, clearly this is the future.
To rest.
That your blood?
Misty!
Pressure's tanking.
It's neurogenic shock. She's dying.
Gotta cut my way through the.
I like how the cab company is helping out for some reason.
There is risk of.
I know what I'm.
I never quite understood that. Anyway, clearly you don't die, because that would kind of cut the story off just a wee bit early. But I have a feeling the news isn't all going to be good, and, you know, maybe I have that feeling because I've played this before, but yeah. Do I, no, we're just gonna be all blinky and hazy and... not feeling so good.
How is she?
Could do with a few painkillers, clearly.
Slower on the men than you, but looking better every day. V, you in there?
My head.
How you feeling?
Now, this is one of the things the game I think maybe struggles to convey a bit with how V, the player character, is
Talk to me.
feeling about having essentially an invasive consciousness in their head. I mean, they try and convey it a bit, but I don't know if they do it all that well. I mean, fuck. Yeah, that's descriptive.
I don't know, Vic. Years of rain. And then I'm seeing shit.
These hallucinations. Describe them to me.
Blinding lights. It's loud. I'm on stage and almost can't breathe. I'm so damn full of hatred. And then I let it all out into a mic, and I realized it didn't help. I don't feel any better. And then promise not to laugh. I plant a bomb in Arasaka Tower.
Nothing there to laugh about.
Night City looked different. Strange. And I hated it. Hated everybody. Every inch. It was too real. Even for a lucid dream.
You weren't dreaming, V. Those were memories. There's a personality construct on that shard. Dreams you had were from his past.
Saying I experienced another Psyche's memories? How is that even possible?
You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Two? Me and who? Vic? Who's the other?
Johnny Silverhand, the terrorist. Real talk of the town back in my day. Anyway, that's not what's important right now.
That doesn't entirely make sense to me. Just how old is Vic supposed to be? I mean, Rogue has obviously, you know, she's from that era, and here she is 50 years later, and must be hopped to the gills on cyberware to look that good still. But is Vic the same, or I don't know. Anyway,
Talk to me.
Think you can top the terrorist in my brain?
The biochip. It's basically a bomb. Fuse lit already. You don't have much time left. Much life. A few weeks, tops. Silverhand's construct is overriding your consciousness. Gradually taking over your body until one day you'll just be gone.
and there's the good news.
V, it's important you get all this.
You'll fix me up, right, Vic?
If I could, I would, V. Believe me. But this is... it's way beyond what I know how to do.
You're the best of the best, Vic. Why can't you help me?
You want the long story or the short?
Go on then, give me the details.
Don't own it. A thing. Not one D.
Okay. There is a construct. A psyche on the chip. That of Johnny Silverhand. You jacked it in your chip slot. Nothing happened, right? Until you died.
Bullet in the head from Dexter Deshawn. How do you come back from something like that?
Low caliber. You lucked out. Not least thanks to another poor decision by Mr. Deshawn. The nanites off the chip started fixing the damage. Then they took your hand and coaxed you off the path toward the light.
No, you're not Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a monster at best. The education that they get in the future is clearly lacking. Actually, I'm going to take that option and see if Vic corrects me.
You're Dr. Victor, and I'm your monster.
Oh, no, okay. She kind of
Your body's only a body.
made the reference correctly, although it didn't
Modify
particularly make
replace it with
sense.
Chrome, hell, get a new one altogether. Your mind, though? Oh, that's a whole nother story. From the biochip's perspective, your brain cells are a tumor that needs to be scooped out, while your body's an empty shell to hold the construct.
So this fucking terrorist wants to wipe me and take my place. Take my body.
It's not willful on his part, it's automatic. Inevitable. And neither of you can stop it.
Can't we just take the chip out or switch it off?
Either way's out of the question. You die immediately.
Well, okay, turning it off and then on again clearly isn't going to work, although that's sort of what happened to thee in a way, I suppose.
Fuck. I remember this thing, saw it on TV. Oh, what was this stupid slogan? Soul something.
Secure your soul.
That's it. It's just supposed to let you communicate with constructs.
Maybe, but this is a prototype by the look of things. Somehow made it out of Arasaka Labs.
Of course, we know that Yorinobu stole it and was going to give it to Netwatch, but we don't know why he was going to give it to Netwatch. This specific one with Johnny Silverhand on, though, was clearly important for some reason.
Vic, you've always come through for me. If there's nothing you can do to help me, then what the hell do I do? Tell me, please. Vic.
I wish I knew, kid. Misty?
You're asking too much from an old-timer like Vic. Come on, V. Let's get you home.
She's always had a very Blade Runner vibe to me, Misty. I think that might be quite deliberate.
And then he died. And I thought I was gonna die. With him in my sleep.
Sleep's a small hint of death. The inevitable.
Can't actually tell if I'm awake now. I mean, I could be dead already, right?
Not something to focus on, V. Let it go. Here. Got some meds for you. Omega blockers. Taken regularly, they'll keep things from progressing too quickly. Also, they should keep that guest of yours calm and quiet.
Yay, drugs!
Pseudoendotrizines from me. Effect will be opposite. It'll speed things up. Free the demon, so to speak.
What happens if I take both at once? Probably not recommended.
Giving me a pill to prod that son of a bitch so he can kill me faster?
Listen, you're likely to be fine for a while. But sometime down the road, it could turn into pure agony. I'm giving you options, honey.
The brain can be tricked. Plain old painkillers do that.
Your psyche's gonna die, V. You'll feel your old self slipping away. At some point, you won't recognize yourself. It'll be terrifying. It'll be painful. But it doesn't have to be.
Fuck I need pills for? I'd just stick a gun in my mouth. Pull the trigger.
Well, that way you'd kill 2 souls. Is that what you want?
It never comes across as being like the way she describes it versus the way it's portrayed, you know, V's experience in game. It's never anything quite that dramatic. For the most part. I mean, I suppose there's 1 or 2 moments that count as sort of a bit dramatic, but eh.
Here, got one more thing for you. Vic pulled this out of your skull. A lucky charm?
Sure, that's not macabre at all.
Promise you'll try to get some sleep.
Didn't you hear? My condition's terminal. What good can this do?
Don't be silly. As long as you're alive, there's hope. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Really think I can make it? Survive this?
Of course you can. I mean, you did already die and come back once, didn't you?
Sure, easy peasy. I'll just do it a second time.
Let me see, wait. About Jackie.
Yeah?
I'm so fucking sorry Jack's not here anymore.
Jackie was special. Really spiritually rich. He touched so many people with his love. Don't worry. He'll be around.
Sure you'll be alright?
I'll be fine. Life is so beautifully powerful. So much more powerful than death. But right now, you need rest. So sleep. Please sleep.
And once again, we demonstrate that we don't know how to use a bed.
gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way, you included.
So, Johnny's taking it well. Let's see what he has to say.
Where'd you stash yours?
I think the implication is at this point that he doesn't even quite realise what's going on, because, you know, how would you?
Don't smoke.
Then go out and get some. Just need one last one.
Jesus fucking Christ, man!
The fuck kind of droid toy are you supposed to be?
Fucking ghost off!
Well, I don't know if I talk to the stranger, because we know exactly who that is, but, yeah.
Who you work for, start talking!
Fuck.
Fuck. Fucking Chip. Rip the thing out myself.
No, wait!
So he's remembered that much at least. And clearly, you know, didn't succeed because that would have killed both of us.
I'll take control. I'll find a way.
It would be funny if, like, oh god, what am I thinking of? Far Cry games. Far Cry games usually have some kind of hidden ending that's, like, Far Cry 4 is the only one I've actually got, but basically if you wait long enough at the start of the game, it kind of cuts you ahead to the end of the game, and you just get to skip a whole bunch of stuff. And the current one, Far Cry 6, I think after you've done the initial bit, there's a whole thing of, you know, I want to get on a boat and go to Miami, and that's actually a thing you can do, and that effectively ends the game quite early. But yeah, there's no kind of option like that in Cyberpunk, sadly, which might be kind of fun if there were, where you know, you do just yank the chip out early and then whoops, game over. Anyway, should stop Johnny's pacing and maybe take these pills.
See you never, asshole.
Now like that. Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger.
Yeah, he's
Our minds.
He's definitely not handling it well.
I'm like mold on fruit, creeping into you. Nothing I can do about it. You hear me? I'd puke if I fucking could. It's just a copy of the engram. I'm out there somewhere. Gotta be.
Oh no, you're definitely dead.
Fuck me.
Fun fact in this game, by the way, V is a never news. And if you get that reference... yeah. Well, technically not entirely true. You can take the top off, but not the underwear. And I think that's entirely because, well, you could earlier, but there were some unfortunate clipping issues, shall we say, if you had male genitalia. So, yeah, sometimes even if you're wearing clothes, things would poke through. And apparently that's how they got around that, was just by making it so that you could never take off your undies. So really, I should clean that up, or, well, I could, but it's just vanished. Anyway, I am actually, I think, going to finish this episode here. It's definitely a lot shorter than the other ones I've done, but it feels like a good place to finish it. And I'm recording this kind of late, and there's a cat meowing at me. So, yeah. We'll see where we are next time, but we're kind of through the initial fairly guided bit, and from here on out it's basically wander forth and discover stuff in a slightly more freeform manner. But of course there's still the main plot going on, it's just now we have access to a lot more of these side questy things, especially as we've gained a few levels and more of them have opened up to us. Anyway, so from myself and a meowing cat in the background, I hope you have enjoyed this shorter episode, and if you have, you can do all the usual things down underneath the video, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.